What's up, little bro? Today I just turned 23. Happy birthday to me, I know. And in this video, I'm gonna give you all the wisdom I wish I had known when I was younger, so that way I could have been way more successful than I am right now. And I just would have catapulted and skyrocketed to success and achieved a lot of things way faster. I'm also gonna give you some wisdom from this book called the Hagakure, which is about the secret wisdom of the samurai, which is about discipline and samurai stuff and whatnot. It's just some shit that anime niggas like to read about. So anyway, sit back and enjoy all this free game that I'm about to give you. Also, I hope y'all enjoy the change of scenery. It's just I didn't really like recording in the dark room that I was in. You knew this was coming. Come on, bro. Oh, and real quick, before we get any further into the video, just understand y'all are gonna hear a little tick like this, which I'll put in while I'm editing the video, and that just means that I'm giving y'all a little piece of information, a little nugget, a pro gamer tip. So just make sure whenever you hear that, pause the video, look at that, and read that, because that's like some game that I'm putting y'all on for free. All right, so the first tenet that I've learned and that I wish I had known earlier is just to serve others. Simply put, you gain the most out of this life when you serve others, because not only does it make you feel good, but you're providing impact, you're providing value for people. And this can be in a lot of different ways. Obviously, there's like physical ways of providing value and serving others. You can make a landscaping business, you can serve people food, you can do personal training, you can be a doctor or something. But there's also a different way of providing impact and providing value, and that's, like I said, just providing impact, providing inspiration. The reason why people like entertainers make so much these days is because they're providing impact. Like when you see someone on the screen that looks like you, that's providing inspiration, that's providing impact, that's providing like the most amount of impact on your soul. When you see athletes out there, making crazy catches, making crazy tackles, making crazy dunks, when you see Michael Jordan jumping from the free throw line, that inspires you to be great in your own life. So, a lot of ways that you can serve others is not even through just, physically like providing like a physical service. It's actually sometimes through just pursuing greatness in your own life. So understand that the way in which you achieve greatness yourself is by literally just finding a way to serve others. And that can be in the form of physical labor, that can be in the form of just pursuing your own greatness and then inspiring others. And that's actually going to lead into the second thing, which is to help yourself first. Before you can help other people, you need to help yourself first. The samurai harp on this a lot. Obviously they harp on serving others, but on top of this, they also harp on just like, you need to help yourself first, and you do this by pursuing greatness, essentially. Because when you pursue greatness, when you pursue fame, when you pursue infamy, it's not for the attention. It's not for, like the clicks and the likes and everybody snapping photos of you. It's not for that. Rather, what samurai would do is like they would pursue greatness. They would pursue to be legendary. They would try to be legendary because they understood that that gave them more power. That gave they gave their word that much more power. That gave their impact. That helped them have that much more impact. Like, think about it this way. If a bum on the street tells you the same advice as something that LeBron James said, you're going to listen to LeBron James because, he's LeBron James. He's one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Second best to Jordan, but that's a topic for another day. But, I say all that to say is that you can give someone the same information, but based on who the person is telling it to that person, it's going to be received differently. So I say all that to say is that if you want to be respected, if you want to be admired, if you want your words to have power, if you want the stuff you say, the stuff you create to have impact, first you need to help yourself. You need to become a presentable member of society. And like I said, you do that by helping yourself. You do that by making sure you take care of yourself. Something that samurai would do is that every single morning, they would wake up, groom themselves to perfection. And this was for a couple reasons, because for one, they didn't want to die looking like a fat slob. If they died, they wanted to make sure that they were like nice and groomed, and that was how they were remembered. But on top of that, it's just the way that you're received by society. You need to make sure that you take pride in your appearance. You need to make sure that you take pride in the way that you present yourself to society, because that's subliminally what you think of yourself. If you're walking out in, sweatshirt and a hoodie and sweatpants all the time, I'm wearing that right now, but I'm just chilling at the crib. But if you're walking out in that attire all the time, it means that, you're a chill person. And I'm not saying that you don't respect yourself, but the way people perceive you, they're not going to respect you as much as compared to if you're walking out in a three-piece suit, looking dialed to the nines and all that. People are going to give you that much more respect, and your word is going to have that much more power. So, I just say all this to say you got to help yourself first. Empty cups cannot fill another cup. Until your cup is overflowing, until your cup is full, you won't be able to pour into other people. So just make sure you help yourself, whether that's physically, make sure you get your training on point, your diet on point, make sure you're sleeping good, recovering well, all that stuff that I'm always talking about in my other videos. But yeah, in order to help others first, you got to help yourself first. Simple. And number three, which I kind of already touched on a little bit, but it's to pursue greatness. And understand, when it comes to pursuing greatness, it's just like, there's no point in doing anything half-assed in this world. Something that I wish I had known is like, this actually used to be me. I used to like think this way. When I first joined the football team, I'm like, dang, it'd be cool to just be on the team and just be a nigga on the team. And that's exactly what I got. Something you'll realize, and I'm not gonna harp on this point too much, but something you'll realize is that you get pretty much everything you shoot for. So you might as well shoot for the stars. And you know, if you fall, you'll land among the, it's like shoot for the moon, and if you fall, you'll land among the stars. That's the quote. So just remember that. It's like, you literally get whatever you shoot for. So you might as well pursue greatness, because only the greats get remembered. If you're not pursuing greatness, you're not gonna get remembered. It's like, you know, the fastest person in the world is Usain Bolt. The second fastest person in the world, who knows? JK, I'm kind of a track nerd, so I do know it's Johan Blake. But you know, that's the example though. It's like, people only remember the greatest person. Everybody remembers Michael Jordan. Nobody really talks about Scottie Pippen unless you're really into basketball like that. You know, unless you have ball knowledge. Pause, my nigga. But seriously though, it's like, you might as well pursue greatness. And that's gonna lead into number 4, which is ichinen. Ichinen in like samurai talk in Japanese, that's like essentially it's single-minded determination, single-willed determination. And I say that because, look, you can't really be great in multiple things, at least not at once. Like, you need to tackle each thing one at a time. And I say all that to say, like, when it comes to ichinen, it's just about single-minded determination, single-minded focus. It's like, once you find something, once you choose what it is you want to be great at, put your full focus, energy, and attention on that. Because understand, your attention is a currency. Like right now, you're spending your attention looking at this video, and that's gonna get me paid in the future. And like, that's just the way the game works these days. So understand, if you're able to take this attention off of this video and then place it onto what it is you want to grow, if you're able to place it onto something that you truly believe in, if you're able to place it onto just, you know, whatever it is your goal is, whether that be something like football, whether it be something like YouTube, maybe you want to be a doctor, maybe you want to code the next app. If you start pouring your full focus, attention, and energy, I'm talking no distractions, no social media, no phone going off, no people, you know, in your ear, no like noise just happening around you. Go into a dark fucking room and just pour all your energy and attention into whatever it is you want, and trust me, you will achieve success in that. And that's what ichinen is all about. It's just, if you can just set aside a couple hours each day and pour that into whatever your pursuit is, you know, whether that be training for physically, whether that be working on a job, whether that be working on a skill or a craft, whether that be working on a business, you will achieve success in that, and you will be great. But remember, you can only be great in a few things. So whatever it is you want to be great at, like choose like 1 to 3 things. You can't really do too many things at a high level at once. You can really only pour your energy into like one thing at a time. So that's why I said, is like, you know, you got to choose wisely whatever it is you want to be great at. And that's something I wish I'd known earlier, because I used to spend a lot of my time, I'd be like trying to be like a boxer, I'd be trying to be a sprinter, I'd be trying to lift weights, I'd be trying to play football, I'd be trying to do this, I'd be trying to do that, I'd be trying to code, I'd be trying to build a business, I'd be trying to drop ship and sell clothes. It's like, I'm doing too much shit at once. These days, I really have just centered myself. I've trying to focus on one thing. When it comes to like my main pursuit these days, it's just YouTube. I literally woke up for the last hour. I've been writing in my journal, just, you know, scripting this video and whatnot. I spent the last hour just scripting that. Literally woke up, took a shower, and then I started writing, and now I'm making this video. It's like, by doing that, for one, I'm pouring all my energy into the one thing that's like the most important to me right now, which is providing value on YouTube. But for 2, it's like, it's also communicating to my mind. It's like, if that's the first thing I'm doing, if that's the priority, that means that it's the most important thing to me, and I'm gonna keep, you know, treating it as the most important thing to me. Everything else is gonna become secondary to that. So, you know, just make sure that you're prioritizing and, you know, constructing your day accordingly. Ichinen, single-minded determination. Oh, another thing, number 5, is that perspective is everything. This is something I actually learned recently over the break. So I was hanging out with my dog. Y'all will probably see him in some future videos. But we went out this one night, and like, I was out there, man, and I was being all negative. I was like, man, fuck this, fuck that. Like, I'm looking around, I'm like, everybody out here just getting drunk. Everybody out here just, you know, drinking alcohol and, you know, wasting their lives away. And that was really just a reflection of me. That was how I was feeling, because usually a lot of the times when I go out, I'm like, dang, I should be working on my business. I should be, you know, getting to the money or something. I should be doing something. You know, I find it hard to chill sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those. So I'm out there and I'm just like being all negative. Meanwhile, he's out here, he's just enjoying it. He's just, you know, taking it all in. He's like seeing people, is like, he's probably looking at people like, oh, they're celebrating, they're having a good time, it's cool and whatnot. And that's just a reflection of how he was feeling internally. Like, he was probably feeling good. And he was just, you know, spending time around, you know, people and whatnot, and just, you know, it made him feel good. It made, he, you know, he was just enjoying the moment. He was just being present and whatnot. And I say all that to say though is that your perspective is everything. You know, two people can literally be in the same place at once. We were both in the same place. We were both around the same people. The same shit that was happening around both of us. But yet it was two different realities. In my reality, everything is negative. Everything was like, man, this shit sucks. To him, everything was positive. It was like, man, this is cool. You know, we out here enjoying life and whatnot. Two different realities. I say all that to say your perspective is everything. The way you look at everything is what you're gonna see. So, you know, when you go out in the world and you see all this negativity and whatnot, that doesn't mean the world is negative. That means you're negative. The world is a reflection, okay? The world is a mirror. So if you see something in the mirror that you don't like, don't break the fucking mirror. You know, that's not gonna do nothing. You need to change the nigga that's in the mirror, meaning you need to change yourself. You need to change your perspective. You need to change your mindset. So I say all that to say, start shifting your perspective to, you know, suit you, to serve you. If your perspective is like serving you, isn't serving you, if your perspective is negative, man, you got to change that. It's essential. And ever since I realized that, I realized just like when I'm going through life, it's not right to be like, you know, looking at the negative all the time, because that means I'm just looking at the negative in myself. Instead, I started just looking at the positive in myself, and I started seeing more positivity around me. So yeah, it's simple like that. Number 5 is that the most disciplined version of you is the best version of you. If y'all remember in the last video, I was talking about how my pastor actually told me this. We were at a football game. I think it was like the first football game of the 2023 season or something. And we were just talking, and he was telling me, he's like, the most disciplined version of you is the best version of you. And like, ever since he said that, it's like I always think to myself, I'm like, what would the most disciplined version of myself do? So in every situation, it's like, with this video, it's like, would the most disciplined version of myself have my phone nearby and then it goes off and then I get distracted and now I'm filming this video and I'm not present, I'm not focused? No. That's why my phone is inside, my phone isn't near me. It's like, I just do what I think the most disciplined version of myself would do. And that's something that you can start applying to yourself. Maybe discipline isn't your thing. For me, discipline is everything. But maybe for you, it's like, what would the most attractive version of myself do? What would the most confident version of myself do? What would the perfect version of myself do? What would the highest version of myself do? You know, what would the most present version of myself do? You know, your standard for what you think, you know, that version of yourself would do might be different. And I say all that to say, though, is just like, start asking yourself, like, what would this perfect version of myself do? And just start doing that. Because here's what happens is when you ask yourself a question, you'll get an answer. And then it just becomes up to you. It's like, are you going to follow that answer or are you going to ignore it? If you ignore it, you're going to pay the price. You're not going to get the rewards from that answer. But if you just listen to yourself and start trusting yourself, which we'll get into later on in the video, you'll reap the rewards. So I say all that to say is just start asking yourself, you know, like, what would the perfect version of what would the most attractive version of myself do in this situation? When you're outside and you're talking to people, just ask yourself, like, what would the most charismatic version of myself say? And you'll get an answer, and then just say that, and, you know, then you'll start to embody that version of yourself and you'll become that version of yourself. You get what I'm saying? So just, yeah, I say all that to say the most disciplined version of yourself is the best version of yourself, in my opinion. So always ask yourself, what would the most disciplined version of myself do, and do that. All right, so number 6 is gonna be to start today. Understand, the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is today. Because look, you can't go back and change the past, bro. You can't go back and like wish like, oh, I wish I had done this, I wish I had done that. Like, dude, the past is gone. The past is gone. The past is poof, is gone. Like, forget it, bro. Like, obviously learn from it, but you can't do anything to change it. You know, all you can do is start taking the actions today, and then, you know, you'll eventually reach the success. And the thing is, the reason why I say start today is that, like, look, every journey follows the same pattern. You know, you start off, maybe you have noob gains. You know, let's take a gym journey, for instance. You start off with noob gains. Oh my gosh, you gain 10 pounds of muscle in the first year. The next like 3 to 5 years, you're going through like the valley of despair, aka the plateaus. Is like your strength plateaus and like everything's the same. Or maybe this doesn't last 3 to 5 years, but let's say 1 to 2 years. It's like you're not seeing as much progress. Progress has slowed down. And this is when you weed out the people. This is when you weed out the real ones from the fake ones. The real ones are going to keep going. They're going to walk through this valley of despair, and eventually they'll reach the mountain where then they can slowly climb up to the peak. And then the fakes, they gonna die in that valley, man. They gonna get lost in that valley. They gonna get there and then just turn back and go back to where they started, because they don't have what it takes. So I say all that to say, with any journey you undertake, you're gonna start off hot. You're gonna start off with a lot of momentum, and you're gonna hit that valley. You're gonna hit that plateau. And if you're able to walk through that valley, if you're able to make it through that plateau, eventually you'll reach that mountain where everything starts going up exponentially. You know, you'll reach like the mountaintop where they got steps and you can just walk up to the top of the shrine or something. But you have to start today. Simply as that. You're not gonna get to that peak unless you start today, bro. So Stop delaying, stop waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. The time is now, because all you have is now. Simple. All right, next thing you need to remember, something that I tell myself every day, I'm gonna die. And seriously, you need to remember that you gonna die. Samurai used to meditate every single day on their death. Every single day they would wake up and they would imagine themselves going out on a blaze of glory, going out on a frenzy on the battlefield, chopping down enemies, slicing off necks, seppukuing all the niggas around them. And then eventually, obviously, they get stabbed and die themselves. And, they would die in that meditation, that visualization. But because of that, they could walk through life fearlessly. They could walk through life as if already dead. And when you're walking through life as if you're already dead, as if you have nothing to fear. You're already dead. It's like there's nothing to lose. You only have things to gain because you're already dead. It's like you shouldn't even be here. So I said that to say, just remember, you're gonna die one day, bro. Understand, like, one day you're gonna die. And people are gonna be super sad. They're gonna be like, oh my God, bro, like so-and-so died. And then, 2 weeks later, they're gonna go by. 99.9% of people are gonna forget you're even dead, other than your family. And that's it, bro. You were just a blip on the radar screen. You had your time on this earth, and that was gone. So I said that to say, bro, don't waste time fearing what other people are gonna think. Don't be scared of other people's opinions, bro. You're gonna die at the end of the day. So just go after what it is you want and go get it, bro. Like, the longer you wait, the longer you delay, the longer you're gonna delay your inevitable success. Because remember, success is inevitable with anything you pursue. If you pour your full time, energy, and attention into it, you will win in the end. So just start today. Remember, you're gonna die, and just don't be walking through this world with fear, bro. You're gonna die. It is what it is. Accept it. We all go to the same place at the end of the day. So while you're here, make the most of it. Oh, and this is a quick little tangent. Is something I've realized lately is that the mind follows the body. It's not, the body doesn't follow the mind. The mind follows the body. Like, obviously, it's kind of a duality thing where it's like the mind follows the body follows the mind, they're one and the same. But I think it's more the mind follows the body. So I say all that to say is, like, if you want to have intense, creative, explosive thoughts, you need to train intensely and creatively. Do like power cleans, run sprints and stuff like that. If you want to have more of smooth, easy flowing thoughts, play something like basketball, play something like boxing or something. Well, you can't really play boxing, but box or fight or something, because that's the type of stuff where you need to get into a flow in order to succeed. You don't really have time to be thinking too much. It's more just like you're thinking on your toes. You got to go with the flow of the game, take what the game gives you, all that. I say that to say, just make sure whatever way you want to think matches your training style, whatever way that you want to train matches your thinking style and whatnot. Because at the end of the day, how you do anything is how you do everything. My coach used to actually tell me that back at the University of Miami. But yeah, just remember, how you do anything is how you do everything. The way you train is going to be how you think. And a lot of times the way you think is just how you're also going to perform in any facet of life. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. Fuck, dude. I need to text my boxing coach that I'm going to be late to the training session. Number 9 is to trust yourself. You got to trust yourself, because 100% of the time, your gut, whatever your soul, your gut, your heart is telling you, that's the truth, bro. That's the correct decision to make. So literally just trust yourself, bro. And a big part of trusting yourself also just comes down to actually having a healthy gut, which is something we can get into another video. But yeah, just trust yourself, bro. Trust that, deep down your intuition, your soul knows the correct decision for you to make, and just go with that decision 100% of the time, because it'll never let you down. Your mind can lie to you. Your mind will lie to you. Your mind will tell you oh, we're tired, when your body can keep going. Your mind will tell you that, oh, we can't do this, when you have the capabilities to do this. So don't listen to your mind. Your mind is a liar. Your mind does not have all the answers. But your soul, that stuff that you got deep inside you, that's got the answers. So just listen to that. Simple. Like, literally just trust it and let the chips fall as they may. Oh, and next thing too, also, this is kind of like similar vein, is to just lean into your nature, bro. We all, let's be real. Well, I'll be real, because I don't know. But let's be real. Like, me, myself, I know I'm a weird ass nigga, bro. Like, not like weird, but I'm different. Simple as that. I'm a different nigga. I'm a unique nigga. And I understand that. And instead of trying to suppress that and trying to close that off to the world, which I used to do, I stopped doing that. And instead I just started embracing it and just started being myself. Simple as that. Because what happens is when you try to push these idiosyncrasies away, when you try to push like your weirdness away, it'll sublimate and like manifest in different areas in your life, and it's not good. You don't want to do that, because like you become like a suppressed being. You live with like a lot of guilt and shame, and it's not good for you. Instead, just like literally be yourself, embrace, you know, the weirdness, embrace like your flaws and whatnot, and you know, just say like, you know, you gotta just walk out and at the end of the day be like, look, this is who I am. If you like me, you like me. If you don't like me, you don't like me. Simple as that. And you know, the people that's really gonna fuck with you, they gonna fuck with you even harder, because you really like is who you is, and like, you know, you showing that. But the people that's not gonna fuck with you, they weren't gonna fuck with you anyways, bro. It's like if you and then think about it. If you try to hide who you are, the people. Oh, there's a hummingbird. Anyway, but think about it. If you try to hide who you are, it's like the people who don't fuck with you still aren't gonna fuck with you, and then the people who would have fucked with you if you had been yourself aren't gonna fuck with you because you're not being yourself, and they're never gonna find out about you, and then you're just gonna attract this like weird crowd of people. So literally just be yourself and lean into your nature. Next thing too, kind of going back to like the trust in your gut, is to talk to God. Okay, so if y'all remember from the video I made about what I learned from the Bible, is that Jesus was talking about how, you know, ye are gods, ye are not, have I not told ye yet that ye are gods? Like essentially, I say all that to say everyone has a part of God in them. You know, we all come from the creator, we all come from the same source, we all come, whatever you want to believe it is, whether you believe it's the universe, whether you believe it's God, the creator, whoever you believe in, we all come from the same or similar source. So I say all that to say, we all have a part of God, we all have a part of the universe inside of us. And a lot of the times when people talk about talking to God, that's really just talking to yourself, because you are a God, you know. I'm not trying to boost your head up or like some narcissism or ego, but that's the truth. So I say all that to say is that a lot of the times the answers you seek when you're talking to God, you can get that from talking to yourself, because you are God. So say all that to say, just start talking to yourself more, start talking to God more, and you'll get the answers that you seek. And obviously just don't go off the walls with it. Don't be freaking in the stores like talking to yourself and sound like a crazy person, then you get the ops called on you because you look like you need to go in a mental asylum. Just you know, when you're alone, when you're chilling by yourself, just talk to yourself, have conversations with yourself, and you'll actually figure out a lot of things. Because that saying that I got me, myself, and I, that's very true. Because at the end of the day, man, you came in this world with God, and you're gonna leave this world with God. So you know, just make sure that y'all are communicating, make sure y'all are in commune, having conversations all the time, and you'll be good. You'll have the answers you need, you'll have the wisdom that you seek. Because remember, seek and ye shall find, ask and ye shall receive, knock and the door will be open, look and you will see. See how I made that rhyme? I'm kind of getting smooth with it. Y'all, yo, watch out, because I'm gonna make a mixtape and y'all gonna fuck with it. Next thing, live with pride and honor, bro. Like here's what you need to understand, is that you gotta live with honor and pride, bro. Like back when I was playing football, it's like I would wear the name on my back and I would try to represent it to the best of my abilities every single day. And I just say all that to say is like, you gotta understand, like your ancestors, like they had to fight off disease, poverty, capitalism. They had to fight off nature, you know, they had to fight off saber-toothed tigers back in the day. I say that to say, for you to be alive today means that your ancestors had to be strong as fuck. They had to be some bad motherfuckers. And just, you know, don't fail the bloodline, bro. Aim to be the strongest of your bloodline. Make your ancestors proud and wear that name, wear that last name that you have on your back with some pride, my nigga. Like samurai, they used to always think about that, like just dying with honor, dying with pride. That's all. That's how you gonna be remembered, bro. The way that you live is gonna be either a stain or a blessing to your family name. So make sure that it's a blessing, make sure that it's a positive, and make sure that it's like a gold star on the memorabilia of your family. Simple as that. Next thing is to just form good habits today. Remember, the things that you do today, whatever you do today, is going to create the person you are tomorrow. So don't wait to create good habits, because understand, habits are like, it's like you're walking down a snow path. You know, first the snow is like up to your neck, then you walk down the path, now it's like up to your waist, you walk down it again, now it's like up to your knees, now and then it's up to your ankles. Like the more you walk down the snowy path, the more of a path you're going to create. So the longer you do bad habits, the harder it's going to be to not want to walk down that path, because it's just so easy. It's right there, you know, the path is already laid out. So no, start doing the good habits today. You know, take cold showers, meditate, read, eat healthy, train hard, be more present with people, you know, be more empathetic, be more present, just be a better person. Start being the person that you want to be, like I was saying earlier, with like becoming the most disciplined version of yourself. Start doing that today, because it's just like, the longer you wait to create these good habits, you know, waking up early, stuff like that, the harder it's gonna be to break them, you know. It's just simple as that. So embody and create good habits today, so that way you don't have to work hard to break them tomorrow. Number 15, I don't know, we got a lot of things that I said, but yeah, just give no fucks, bro. You don't like then this needs some nuance, because I'm not saying go outside and be a YN, bro, and throw your life away and act like a caveman or a troglodyte. No, my friend, do not do that. Do not throw your life away. I say don't give a fuck and just disregard the opinions of like 99.9% of people, including friends, family, and authority figures, because it's just like, dude, they don't have your best interest. A lot of people, when people give you advice, they're speaking from their level of consciousness, whatever that may be. It might be high, it might be low. So understand, like, when people are giving you advice, they're speaking from their own experience. They're speaking of what they would do. They don't know you. They don't know your story. They don't know what would be best for you. So instead, I say that to say you should really only respect and admire. You should only, you know, hold the opinions of those that you respect and admire in high regard. And really, I think the best way to do this is just, you can never take one man's philosophy entirely for your own. Like, you can't perfectly apply that. Like, I don't know, if you're listening to what I'm saying, even if you fuck with this video heavy, you probably like, there's probably some points where you're like, yeah, this nigga doesn't know what he's talking about. And like, that's fine, because at the end of the day, this stuff that I'm giving y'all is really just advice for my younger stuff. It's advice for me. And if you can gain and glean knowledge and value from it, all the better. But I say all that to say though, is like, you should really only take the opinions of people's results in certain fields. Like, let me break it down in an example. If my friend is good at video games and I want to get better at a video game, I'm gonna ask him, yo, how do I get better at video games? I'm not gonna ask him how to get girls. But if I got a friend who's good at getting girls, I'll be like, yo, how can I get more girls? And then he'll give me some advice. But if that nigga's broke, then I'll be like, no, I'm not gonna ask you about advice on money though. It's like, there's people with different talents at different things. So always just ask the experts in their respective field what they would do for, you know, that respective field, and then take the information from that. But other than that, you really shouldn't give a fuck about what other people think, because at the end of the day, they don't know you, they don't know your story, they don't know your entire like background, they don't know your entire, you know, what's best for you. Only you know what's best for you. So yeah, last thing is to just stay present, man. You got to understand, the destination is the journey is the destination. Like, look, if you could have all the cars, clothes, money, success, all the material stuff that you want, you know, if you could have the body you want and whatnot, if you could just have it at the snap of a finger this next instant, you'd probably kill yourself, and you would throw it all away just so that you can work to get it again. Because understand, all the value comes in the struggle, the value comes in the strife, the value comes in the journey, man. If there is no pain, there's not really, like, there's no point in going through it. Like, if everything you got was just easy as fuck, if there was no struggle, if there was no pain, there'd be no point in getting it. So I say all that to say, you gotta enjoy the struggle, you gotta enjoy the entire journey, man, and just stay present every step of the way, because eventually you're gonna reach that mountaintop, you're gonna reach that peak that you're aiming to hit. You know, you're gonna reach your goals, because like I said before, most of the time you get exactly what you ask for. So you're gonna reach that goal, and along the way, man, you're gonna be like, dang, I wish I could get there. But when you get there, you're gonna get there and you're gonna be like, dang, I went through all that and I didn't even enjoy the journey. You're gonna wish that you could go back to square one just to do it all over again, because that's where all the fun is. The fun isn't in reaching the destination. The fun is in aiming to reach the destination, is in the journey to get there. So I say all that to say, man, just stay present and enjoy every moment. Find a way to enjoy every moment, every single day, even in the highs, especially in the highs and especially in the lows. Because at the end of the day, man, you've already reached the peak of where you're gonna get to, because you're gonna get there already. So you might as well just enjoy where you're at right now, because you have faith and you believe that you're gonna get there eventually. Every single day is just another step up that mountaintop. Every single day is another step towards greatness, man. So just accept the fact that you're gonna win, that we're all gonna win. If you're watching this channel, you're gonna win, we all gonna win, we all gonna achieve the success that we desire. And just understand that today is just one step towards making that happen, towards making that the reality. Because understand, once you reach that new high, once you hit that success, you're just gonna search for a new high. You're gonna search for a new euphoria to aim for. So just enjoy the journey every step of the way, man. Stay present, stay blessed, stay up, and stay based. That's all for the video, y'all. Don't forget, if you want the athletic workout program, top link in the bio below. But seriously though, just go out and be great. Stay present, man. I really, hope y'all gleaned some wisdom and got some value from this video. With all that being said, stay up and stay blessed. Dooski.
I'm a band man, count bands, man. Off the kickstand, kill me in the trap with